Hey students, thanks so much for watching this quick recording since we don't have a live class today. I'm making this the night before, that's why I look like this. We're going to go over the weekly wrap up really quick. I'm going to make this recording as quick as I can. Um, so this recording will cover a wrap up of the week, a quick introduction about the author, and then I'll have a link for you where you can listen to the audio reading of The Light of Gandhi's Lamp, or you can read it on your own today. And then there's a little quiz you'll want to take for watching this. So let's move forward here. So what went down this week? On Monday, we had lesson 1.02 where we talked about societal issues and cultural experiences. That was the introduction for the unit. On Tuesday and Wednesday, we worked on Harrison Bergeron. Tuesday, we learned about the author, Kurt Vonnegut, and then we read the short story together. Wednesday, we discussed and examined the short story. So that was a good one. If you did miss class or behind, you can watch the recordings from those classes. They're all posted in the course. Thursday, we learned about author Langston Hughes and read his poem, Thing for English B, and we discussed it and talked about it, and we watched some fun videos, and that was really good. So hopefully you enjoyed that. Is lesson 1.05. This is part one of the lesson. I've broken this lesson up into 2 days. So Friday, today, and then on Monday, we will do the second part of the lesson. So today, you're going to want to make sure you read the story. So a little bit about the author. Hilary Kronberg Inglis is the author of The Light of Gandhi's Lamp. She grew up in South Africa under the apartheid. That's what that's called. Apartheid is a very important vocabulary word for you to know for this story. This was a policy that forced Black Africans to live separately from white South Africans. And it lasted for a really long time, which is really sad. I mean, it barely ended in 1994. Isn't that crazy? So you can read, if you want to pause this video, you can, and read some more about this. She grew up around this because she grew up in South Africa. She was very against it, so which probably led her to write this story that you're going to read. So the risk, these are some things to think about before you read. What are you willing to risk for your freedom? What are you willing to promote or protect, and why would you do that? That's something to think about before you read this. Gandhi is obviously in the title of the story. If you don't know anything about Gandhi, he was best known for his activism in India. He lived and worked in South Africa for about 20 years as a young man, but he had this idea of nonviolent resistance. So he didn't think people should, if you're going to rise up and resist, to not have it be violent. So he was very well known for peaceful demonstrations like protest marches and to speak out against unfair laws. So we'll maybe talk about him a little bit more on Monday too. So another thing to think about, have you ever been face to face with someone that you maybe didn't agree with, or you've had to interact with someone who had very strong opinions that were not like yours? What was the hardest part about that for you? That's something to think about too before you read this story. Now, time to read the story. So, you can find this story on page 197 of your K-12 Summit Curriculum Explorations textbook that was sent to you in the mail with your K-12 materials. Or if you don't want to look at your hard copy, you can also find a link to it in our course. If you go under course materials, there's an online link to the story. If you'd like to listen to the story read out loud to you while you read, because if we would have had a live class on Friday, I was going to read it to you, but instead you can listen to this recording. And I included this link. I don't know if it will let you click on it in this recording. If it doesn't, I've also included the link to it in the email with this recording. But this is a safe link here. It only takes 18 minutes to have the story read out loud to you. If you prefer it that way, but 18 minutes, that's it. So you can take 18 minutes to listen and follow along as it's read out loud to you, or to read it yourself. But make sure get that read before we meet on Monday, because we're going to talk about it on Monday and discuss it, and it will be a lot easier for you to understand if you've already heard the story, right? So our next class will be Monday, January 29th at 12:30. There's no assignments due this week, but make sure that you've completed these assignments that were due last week. They are past due. So if you have any zeros in your grade book for these items, you'll want to get those done because starting next week, you will be having some more assignments due. Okay, the secret bonus word that you can type into your quiz, there is a little quiz that you'll want to take to get credit for watching this recording and getting your reading done. The secret bonus word for today is, I'll write it on here if I can write with this. It's lamp, right? Lamp. I love lamp. Oh, I'm just kidding. See if you can guess what movie that's from. Okay, so have a great day. Have a fun time reading or listening to that audio of the book, and I will see you guys on Monday. Bye.